dear students, myself Gangadhar Solanke, and I welcome you all to the MCGM's virtual classroom. My dear students, today in Standard 6 Geography, we'll be learning the topic Human Occupations. This one is the last chapter in our geography. Our first chapter was the Earth and the Graticule. Let us use the Graticule, second one, then third one, comparing a globe and a map, field visits, then fourth one, weather and climate, and the fifth chapter, temperature. These 5 chapters were there for first term, and now in second term we people learnt sixth chapter, importance of oceans, rocks and rock types, then natural resources, energy resources, and now we're at the last chapter of our geography's textbook, that is human occupations. Now you people may be familiar with the word occupations because this word is directly related with our daily routine, because around us number of people are there who are engaged in different types of occupations for their living. So if we go for the meaning of the word occupations, then it is nothing but the things which we do for our living. For example, our parents, हमारे पेरेंट्स जो काम करते हैं, जैसे अगर मम्मी कुछ काम नहीं करती है, घर पे है, हाउस वाइफ है, बट पापा अगर बाहर जाते हैं किसी काम के लिए, तो वो जो काम करते हैं, दैट वर्क इज नथिंग बट द ऑक्यूपेशन ऑफ योर फादर. आपके पापा का वो क्या हो गया? occupations हो गया. There are number of occupations and these occupations are divided into different types. About that only today we are going to study in this topic, human occupations. Now teacher's job is teaching, but teaching is a occupation. ये एक occupation हो गया. वैसे डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर, ये अलग अलग जो है occupations है. सर्विंग इन द होटल, वेटर जो है वो भी एक occupations है. सो दीज आर द different occupations which are divided into primary, secondary and tertiary occupations. About that we'll study later, but here in the beginning it is very important for you people to understand the meaning of the word occupations. So one by one we'll try to understand this, but before that, these images which are given in our textbook, we'll try to understand what exactly is given in reference with these images. So this one is the A, then B, then C, then D, E and F. Now what you people have to do, answer the following questions after observing the pictures in figure 10.1. So this one is the figure 10.1 and pictures A, B, C, D, E, F are the pictures in this figure 10.1, and the heading of this figure is human occupations. I'll go for the questions. First question, what are the cows and the buffalo in picture A doing? So you people observe the figure, observe the picture and try to answer this question. What are the cows and buffalo in picture A doing? Then second question, what is being obtained in picture B? Very simple questions, and it is very easy to answer these questions by observing the picture. सिर्फ देख के ही हमें आंसर पता चल सकता है इसका. Then third one, what is happening at the milk collection center in picture C? Here in this, what is happening at the milk collection center in picture C? Then in picture D, this one, in picture D, what is being transported and where could the tanker be going? Now two questions are there in a single question. In picture D, what is being transported? Milk, because the heading we can see here on the tanker. And the second question, in the same question, where could the tanker be going? Next one, which products are seen in picture E? E में कौन कौन से पिक्चर्स, इस पिक्चर्स में कौन कौन से प्रोडक्ट हमें दिख रहे हैं, that you have to observe. The next one, what else is happening in picture E? Next one, out of the products shown in picture F, Which products do you use? What would be the main difference between milk and milk products? What would be the main difference between milk and milk products? And the last one, based on this figure 10.1, human occupations. Do these products perish quickly like milk? So these are the questions based on figure 10.1, human occupations. And here now, if we go for the answers or the explanation of this, all the above pictures here, A, B, C, D, E and F, all the above pictures are related to the rearing of domestic animals, obtaining milk from them. So first answer of this question based on picture A, rearing of domestic animals. Then second one, obtaining milk from them. क्या हो रहा है दूसरे पिक्चर में? Milk. Then selling milk in C. Then processing milk at milk processing centers. Here processing milk at milk processing centers to make products, to make milk products, जैसे making ghee, butter, cheese, srikhand, paneer, milk powder, etc. All these are the milk products: ghee, butter, cheese, srikhand, paneer, milk powder. Then selling them in the market. So this work is carried out at different levels. Man undertakes all these activities. Man undertakes all these activities to satisfy his own needs. We have needs, basic needs. If we talk about, then food, shelter and clothes. So in food, milk है ही, और मिल्क प्रोडक्ट्स आजकल हमारे डाइट में बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं, जैसे घी है, बटर है, चीज़ है, पनीर है, मिल्क पाउडर है. सो man undertakes all these activities to satisfy his own needs, and we classify these activities on the basis of their nature. We classify these activities on the basis of their nature and the products they yield. काम का जो तरीका है, जो नेचर है, और उससे हमें जो प्रोडक्ट मिल रहा है, उसके हिसाब से हम उसे क्या करते हैं, क्लासीफाई करते हैं. अबाउट दैट वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी नाउ. Now what you have to do again, now look at the pictures again and answer the following questions. Again, questions on the basis of same pictures. Which of these activities is undertaken to obtain a product from nature? Then which product is obtained through it? How long does this product last? For example, if we talk about ghee, तो घी कितने समय तक चलता है, या फिर पनीर. In which picture is the product obtained from nature being collected? And that is the milk. Where is the milk being taken? What happens to the milk thereafter? अगर मिल्क का कोई टैंकर शहर में चला जाता है तो वहाँ पर उसके साथ क्या हो रहा है, प्रोसेस हो रही है और अलग अलग उसके प्रोडक्ट्स बन रहे हैं. What milk products are seen in the pictures? Here you can see butter, then srikhand, paneer, ghee. Here also you can see छाछ, लस्सी. Who inspects these products? What does the shopkeeper do with these products? Shopkeeper sells all the products. Which of these products are perishable and which are non-perishable? Then will the price and weight of these products be same as that of the milk? Not at all. मिल्क का जो वेट है वही वेट मिल्क से बनाए गए प्रोडक्ट्स का नहीं होगा. देयर इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन द वेट ऑफ द मिल्क प्रोडक्ट्स एंड द मिल्क. सो we carry out many activities to fulfill our needs, and we have number of needs. We have many occupations, industries, trades, etc. Some of these activities are directly dependent on nature. For example, farming, which is directly dependent on nature, fishing, which is directly dependent on nature, which means that the products obtained in these activities are obtained directly from nature. Cows and buffaloes are animals. We domesticate them. We get milk from them, and therefore these occupation is directly dependent on nature. जैसे बफेलो है या फिर काऊ है, उनसे हम मिल्क ले लेते हैं, मिल्क निकालते हैं, इट इज़ डायरेक्टली डिपेंडेंट ऑन द नेचर, ये नेचर से ही हमें मिल रहा है. Such occupations which are dependent on nature are called primary occupations. Try to understand this concept of primary occupations. Now we are talking about the classification of the occupations, classification of the human occupations, and the first one we have primary occupations. Occupations which are dependent on nature. Occupations which are dependent on nature are called primary occupations. For example, farming, for example, fishing, then hunting, mining. These all are the examples of primary occupations. Animal husbandry and fishing. I'll go for the next one. Some products obtained in primary occupations are used directly, while others are used after making some changes in them. For example, milk, जो primary occupations में वैसे ही यूज किया जा रहा है, but after processing on milk we get some products. For this you can go for the picture E. In this picture, in picture E, the milk is being processed after bringing it to the dairy, and that is the product obtained from nature is processed and made into different products. To understand this in detail, we can say that milk which we get directly from the nature, buffalo से या cow से हमें directly मिल रहा है. But if we talk about ghee, or if we talk about butter, और इफ यू टॉक अबाउट चीज़, ये जो चीज़ें हैं वो हमें नेचर से डायरेक्ट नहीं मिल रही है. वी नीड टू प्रोसेस मिल्क फॉर ऑब्टेनिंग दिस प्रोडक्ट्स. हमें अगर घी चाहिए, हमें अगर बटर चाहिए, हमें अगर चीज़ चाहिए, तो हमें क्या करना पड़ रहा है, मिल्क पे प्रोसेसिंग करना पड़ रहा है, उसकी कुछ प्रोसेस हमें करनी है. डायरेक्टली हमें वो नेचर से नहीं मिल रहा है. एंड दीज प्रोडक्ट्स आर मोर ड्यूरेबल, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा टाइम तक वो चलते हैं. जैसे मिल्क है, 1 दिन या 2 दिन ही चलेगा, 2 या 3 दिन से ज़्यादा वो नहीं चल सकता है, वो ख़राब हो जाएगा. बट चीज़ और बटर और घी विल गो फॉर लॉन्ग पीरियड. द क्वालिटी हैज़ इन्हांस्ड टू, एंड देयरफॉर देयर प्राइस इज ऑल्सो हायर. अगर हम मिल्क पर लीटर प्राइस निकालेंगे, और अगर आप चीज़ या बटर या फिर श्रीखंड की प्राइस निकालोगे मार्केट से, तो आपको दोनों में डिफरेंस समझ में आएगा. व्हाई इट इज़ हायर? बिकॉज द प्रोडक्ट्स आर मोर ड्यूरेबल एंड क्वालिटी इज ऑल्सो इन्हांस्ड. So श्रीखंड, butter, cheese and milk powder are processed from milk, and this processing is an industrial activity. क्या हो गई ये? Industrial activity हो गई, उसमें processing किया जा रहा है, which is in industry. So industries are based on raw materials. To make श्रीखंड or to butter or cheese or milk powder, we need milk as a raw material. अगर हमें श्रीखंड बनाना है, बटर बनाना है, चीज़ बनाना है, मिल्क पाउडर बनाना है, तो हमें रॉ मटेरियल क्या चाहिए? वी नीड मिल्क. मोर ड्यूरेबल गुड्स आर प्रोड्यूस्ड इन एन इंडस्ट्री. The raw material supplied to the industries is often obtained from nature, from primary occupations. Occupations dependent on primary are called secondary occupations. क्या कहा जा रहा है उनको? Secondary occupations. Occupations dependent on primary occupations are called secondary occupations. So secondary occupations are dependent on primary occupations. I'll go for the next one. Now look at the picture C, D and F in our textbook. If you people go for C, D and F, you'll see milk collection and sale of milk. One thing, collection, then sale and transport. So what do we see at picture C, D and F? Collection and sale of milk, transport of milk and sale of milk products respectively. All these activities are related to the products of primary and secondary occupations, and many a times these occupations provide complementary services to the other two occupations. In primary occupations we have milk. Try to understand this. In secondary occupations we have srikhand, we have ghee, we have butter, we have cheese. Now the next thing is what? ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड सेलिंग. उसे एक जगह से, जिस फैक्ट्री में वो बन रहा है वहां से कहीं और लेके जाना है और उसे बेचना है. So many a times these occupations provide complementary services to the other two occupations, and such occupations are called tertiary occupations. क्या कहा जा रहा है उन्हें? Tertiary occupations. Occupations provide complementary services. For example, selling to the other two occupations are called tertiary occupations, and these occupations are complementary to all other occupations. These occupations are also called service occupations. क्या कहा जा रहा है उनको? Service occupations. These include transport of goods. क्या क्या आ रहा है इसमें? Transport from one place to another place. Then loading and unloading of goods. जो भी चीज़ें एक जगह से दूसरी जगह लेके जा रहे हैं लेबर, वो उस गाड़ी में भरना, वहाँ से निकालना. एंड सेल ऑफ goods. Try to understand this. In the primary occupations, which is totally dependent on the natural things, जैसे fishing or the products from the animals. Then in second one, dependent on the primary occupations, जैसे milk products. And in tertiary occupations, transportation and selling. And now next one, picture E, this one on the screen you can see. Here you can see a person testing the prepared milk products. This one, प्रोडक्ट बने हैं और उसे क्या किया जा रहा है? टेस्ट किया जा रहा है. Here you can see a person testing the prepared milk products. This person is testing the quality of the products before selling it or before introducing it in the market or presenting it in the market. It is very important to check the quality of the product, whether it is good for the people or not, or whether it is durable for long time or not. To do this work, the person must have some special skills. Everyone cannot do this. हर कोई ये नहीं कर सकता. उसके लिए प्रॉपर स्किल्स चाहिए, या फिर जो भी एजुकेशन है, क्वालिफिकेशन है, वो चाहिए. जैसे ट्रांसपोर्टेशन एनीवन कैन डू, जिसे गाड़ी चलाना आ रहा है, लोडिंग अनलोडिंग के लिए लोग है, वो ये कर सकता है. बट टेस्टिंग करना इज नॉट द वर्क विच एवरीवन कैन डू. So this is also a type of service, but this service is not an ordinary one. It requires special expertise, and therefore such services are called quaternary occupations. क्या कहा जा रहा है इन्हें? Quaternary occupations. So we talked about primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary occupations, in which special skills are needed, which is not ordinary one. हर कोई इसे नहीं कर सकता. So not all the services are directly related to primary or secondary occupations. For example, those of a driver, knife grinder, policeman, the postal service, etc. Now to understand this, look at the pictures in figure 10.2, which is on the screen. We're learning the classification of occupations and see if you can answer the following questions related to the sugar production. In the first picture, first figure 10.1, it was all about the things related with the milk and milk products, and now in the figure 10.2 we're going to talk about sugar production. So the questions are: classify the occupations from primary to quaternary. In this picture you have to classify from primary to quaternary. Sugarcane field, A. Then B. Harvesting of sugarcane. C. Transport of sugarcane. Then D. Sugarcane being collected at the factory. Then sale of sugar. Or if we go from this, inspection and maintenance of machinery in the factory, processing of sugarcane juice, sugar production and quality check, sacks of sugar being carried, and sale of sugar. You have to classify this. Then which raw material is used in the secondary occupations? Which is the finished product obtained in the secondary occupation? Which are the services in the tertiary occupations? And which picture is related to a quaternary occupation? So can you name that occupation? So just now we people discussed about this primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary occupations. By that you people have to answer these questions. And this is for you again, do it yourself. Which occupations are found in your area? Then which occupation is practiced on large scale? Find the reason behind it, why that particular occupation is there in your area. Discuss and find the reasons behind a particular industry being located in your area, why that particular industry is there, because of any raw material available there or any other purpose. Both human and natural factors affect occupations. Can you find those factors? Obtain information about the damage caused to the environment through different occupations. Now this one is also very serious thing about which we have to talk or discuss, that if any occupations cause danger to the environment, then why and how to tackle this. Next one now. This is how we classify the human occupations. Different occupations are practiced in different countries of the world. And through these occupations, economic transactions occur within a country and between various countries. This is very easy to understand. These transactions decide the country's production of various goods and their annual income. So this is in turn is used to decide the extent of the country's development. So directly or indirectly, development of the country is dependent on the human occupations, or the people who are engaged in which type of occupation, whether in primary, secondary, tertiary or in quaternary. So to understand this, we have figure 10.3, percentage of manpower engaged in various occupations in some countries. We have Bangladesh, then United Arab Emirates and Turkey. So what you people have to do, observe figure 10.3 which is on screen. These pie charts show the percentage of manpower engaged in various occupations in the countries of Bangladesh, United Arab Emirates and then in Turkey. Each pie chart shows the percentage of primary to tertiary occupations, and by observing this you people have to answer the questions which are on the screen. Which country has more manpower engaged in primary occupations? Now for primary occupations we have this bluish color. So if we go for the answer, which country has more manpower engaged in primary occupations, then the picture is very clear. Bangladesh, more manpower engaged in primary occupations. Then second one, which country has more manpower engaged in secondary occupations? For secondary we have this one color which is kind of red or brown. So Bangladesh and Turkey, because United Arab Emirates not in the list. So in between Bangladesh and Turkey, you have to find the answer. Then third one, which country has more manpower engaged in tertiary occupations? For tertiary, we have green color and the picture is very clear. United Arab Emirates. And the last one, which country has almost equal manpower engaged in all the occupations? So we have Turkey, almost equal here in the primary, then in the secondary, and then in the tertiary occupation. So countries which have more manpower engaged in tertiary activities are considered to be developed countries. Try to understand this. जिस देश में टर्सरी ऑक्यूपेशंस में अगर ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग एंगेज है तो माना जाता है कि वो कंट्री डेवलप्ड कंट्री है. While countries which have more manpower engaged in primary activities are considered to be developing countries. So here Bangladesh is developing country and United Arab Emirates, where tertiary occupation people are engaged more in tertiary occupation, so that is developed country. So what you people have to do now, rank the countries above from developed to developing. डेवलप्ड में कौन सी है और डेवलपिंग में कौन सी है वो आपको लिखना है. So in today's topic we people learnt about the concept of human occupations with the help of figure 10.1 and then discussed about the classification of occupations in primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary, and the last thing which we learned about the development of the country depends on the people who are engaged in any particular occupation. So today we are going to stop it.
Please subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get notifications.
So my dear ones, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care.